up you guys and welcome back to my channel. So I had bought tickets to go to Cancun, my hometown in Mexico, for Christmas, but because of whatever is happening in the world, those tickets were canceled. Like the flight was canceled and the airline actually decided they are not going to fly to Mexico unless it goes down from being in orange to being in yellow, like a yellow zone. So for me, I could have done difficult and find tickets with another airline, but I already had made my mind that if this was going to happen, it was meant to be. So, and also you never know if the other tickets in the other airlines are also actually going to fly or not. So in my case, I'm not flying to Mexico, which, oh, sorry, I had to change positions, which kind of really sucks. I was really excited to be in Mexico for Christmas, and well, that made me kind of think of what are the differences between a Dutch Christmas and a Mexican Christmas. And let me tell you, there are quite some differences. Let's just start with the fact that in Mexico, the biggest celebration happens on the night of the 24th of December, so Christmas Eve. And in this day, or in this night, all the families gather together. A lot of people go to church, and after that, we come together to have dinner. And dinner in Mexico is very different than dinner in the Netherlands. Dinner in Mexico is huge, like huge amount of food. And usually dinner starts around 9 in the evening. Wow, 1 second, my cat is on my Christmas tree. Oh, never mind. Okay. So usually dinner in Mexico starts around 9 in the evening after people are back from church, and everyone is dressed up really, really nicely, you know, like all sparkling or like really fancy clothes, usually new clothes. Like people take it serious in Mexico to buy new outfits for Christmas, but specifically for New Year's Eve. I remember when I was in Mexico, it was like a must that I have to have new clothes for Christmas. And you know, so it's all a production, the hair, the makeup. There are people who even go to the hair salons to have like hairstyles and the Christmas nails. And you know, it's a big, big, big thing. And then you gather together, and there are some specific dishes, which, as you know, Mexico is a very big country. So every state and region of Mexico has the characteristic dishes for Christmas. I am from Cancun. There is nothing really characteristic from Cancun. So I just know what I grew up with, which is what my mom grew up with. And my mom is from Mexico City. That's not true. My mom is from Acapulco, Guerrero. That's not true also. My mom is from Chilpancingo, Guerrero, which is near to Acapulco. Actually, Acapulco belongs to Guerrero, but that's a geography story that I'm not gonna get into. But you know, dishes like romeritos and bacalao is codfish. Romerito, I don't know how to describe it, so I will put a picture. We have, of course, Enzalada De Manzana. That's the apple salad, which has, of salad, it has nothing. You know, it's like a sweet dessert with apple and cream and nuts, and you know, it also, it's like very, very typical. My mom is obsessed with her apple salad. I don't even know why it's called a salad. We have, of course, the ponche. Ponche, oh my God, that's my favorite drink ever. It's a drink that it's only made during Christmas, and it's made all of natural ingredients. So like you boil the water and then you put the sugar cane, but like the actual sugar cane, you know, not a candy sugar cane, an actual sugar cane from like a plant. And you put apples, and you put tejocotes, which is this, it's like a yellow thingy. And you put piloncillo for the sugar. You put a lot of specific things that I have never been able to find in the Netherlands. I don't know if even they sell them. I don't know if they sell them even outside of Mexico, but ponche, wow, my favorite. And to prepare ponche, it takes like the whole day. It needs to boil, and you need to peel the tejocotes, and you know, it's a whole production. So yeah, what other thing? Of course, turkey. Oh my God, the turkey, the stuffed turkey. My mom fills the turkey with mincemeat, beef mincemeat, and with nuts and aceitunas, olives, and potato, and oh my god, delicious. Then potato puree. So as you see, we already mentioned a lot of dishes, but then imagine every dish in a huge portion. And that is because in Mexico, on the 25th of December, everyone comes again for el recalentado. That means the rewarming of the food, of the leftovers. Believe me, in Mexico, when it's Christmas, you will end up eating Christmas food for like the next whole week. That's how much food left there is, you know. And also, a lot of people who were not invited at the actual Christmas dinner on the 24th, then are invited to come to the 25th event at your house. And it's really funny because on the 24th, everyone's super fancy, and then on the 25th, everyone comes in like this super chill clothes, no makeup, nothing. Because usually the party of the 24th ends really, really late, you know, around 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. You know, you have people dancing, and you have alcohol, and you have piñatas. Oh my god, this is also something very, very Christmassy. Piñatas, like the star. It's like the typical piñata for Christmas. I will put a picture in the screen. And it's different than a normal star because it has 7 thingies, 7 arms, let's say it like that, 7 cones. And also, of course, you have piñatas of Santa Claus, or piñatas of reindeers, or of snowman. That's what I have seen. And now, if we want to keep it really typical, the piñata should be filled with fruit, you know, with mandarins and jicamas, and I don't remember exactly what else, but with fruits. But that's not exciting enough for kids. So we have evolved the tradition and we mix it, you know, fruits and candies, and it's really fun. Especially it's more fun, of course, when you're a kid. But I get really nostalgic thinking of Christmas in Mexico. And then by the 26th, no one knows anything about Christmas anymore. Everyone is now focused on the new year. Now in the Netherlands, Christmas, like people gather on 25th and 26th of December. Although I have seen that a lot of Dutch people do also gather on Christmas Eve on the 24th. And I don't know if this is the norm, and it just happens to be that the Dutch family that I have doesn't do this because it's not part of their traditions. But so for me, since I am not Dutch and this is what I see, for me, the reality seems like they celebrate on 25th and 26th of December. And then this is easier in a way if you're married or if you are in a couple, and obviously both of your parents of the couple live in the Netherlands, because one day you go to the parents of the girlfriend, and one day you go to the parents of the boyfriend or the wife and the husband. And actually I really like that, because in Mexico it kind of sucks that you have to pick one family to be with. Of course you can make an appearance at both families, but it's not the same as if you can stay the whole night and, you know, party with the family, have dinner with the family. So I like that. And they do in Christmas in the Netherlands gourmet, and that is that everyone gets like the little tiny pan in front of them at the table and little pieces of meat, and then you cook it yourself. Which for me, the concept of gourmet, like for Dutch people, this is really fancy because it's usually made only on Christmas or in birthdays, you know, but mostly on Christmas. And maybe it is because I am not Dutch, but I want my food to already be ready when I sit on the table. I don't want to cook my own Christmas dinner, if you get what I'm saying. And also there's always like a leftover chicken fillet or something, you know, and then I'm like, is someone gonna take it? Can I take it? Oh no, I cannot take it, you know, those kind of situations. But I mean, I do enjoy it. I think that it's a tradition that I wouldn't do personally. I don't see myself ever having a family and saying let's gourmet, but I can understand that it's really fun as well. So it's not a criticism, it's just different than what I'm used to. And on the 26th, it's still the same Christmas feeling, the same Christmas vibe that in the 25th. Sorry, I got interrupted. Someone was knocking on the door. So what I was saying is that I have zero association of 26 being Christmas, but in the Netherlands it is. So, well, I kind of like that Christmas lasts longer then, because who doesn't love Christmas, right? Only the Grinch doesn't love Christmas. Another thing that is very different is that there is no Santa Claus in the Netherlands. There is Sinterklaas. And Sinterklaas takes place today, on the day that I'm filming this video, December 5. They call it Pakjesavond. And basically, Sinterklaas is the equivalent for the Dutch Santa Claus. He lives in Spain, he has a white horse. He comes in November to the Netherlands in his boat with his horse and his elves, which are not elves. They are called Pieten, and this is actually a controversial tradition. I don't know if you've heard the news. You know, it used to be Zwarte Piet, now they're only called Piet. And I'm not gonna go into that. You know, you can Google it and decide for yourself. And so yeah, what happens is that since November, when Sinterklaas arrives to the Netherlands, supposedly up until December 5, you have to put your shoe, and then Sinterklaas will give you small presents at your shoe. And on the night of 5, so tonight, then supposedly Sinterklaas comes to your house with a bag full of presents. And you know, obviously kids don't know who Sinterklaas is, so it always has to be secretive, like Santa Claus. Who is Santa Claus? You know, it's the same people who are Sinterklaas. I'm not gonna be someone who kills the illusion of kids, so I'm not gonna say anymore, but you know what I'm saying, right? So for us in Mexico, Santa Claus is a huge figure. Now, of course, I have the feeling that we stole this from United States, because Santa Claus, well, we would call him Papa Noel, but actually everyone calls him Santa Claus. And he comes in the night of 24th of December. And for him to come, you have to fall asleep, because if you don't fall asleep, he's not going to come. And the way that you ask for Santa Claus which presents you want is that you make a letter and you put it in your Christmas tree on time, so that Santa Claus has enough time to buy the presents that you want before they are sold out. And then when you wake up in the morning of December 25, the presents are under the tree or under the chimney, or sometimes if you didn't fall asleep and the adults also didn't fall asleep, the presents are in the garden, you know. It can be really crazy. I remember Santa Claus once dropped me presents in the garden, and then I woke up, I was like, Santa Claus didn't come. And sometimes he left me letters saying, you were a good girl, so you deserve these, or you were not so good, but next year do better. So yeah. So I don't know how I would feel as a kid if Santa Claus wouldn't exist for me and only Sinterklaas. Of course, for Dutch kids, Sinterklaas is Santa Claus, you know, it's like the same feeling. But don't you have the association from all the Christmas movies that on the 24th of December Santa Claus comes, and then Santa Claus comes all over the world except to the Netherlands? It's kind of funny, but yeah, those are different traditions. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about Sinterklaas, because maybe you don't know so much about it. I didn't know anything about him before I came. So as I said already, he comes from Spain. And what we do, and what it's like a tradition, is that you have to write a poem to someone. And that poem obviously has to do a lot with the person. So for example, if you're pregnant, then they will include your pregnancy in your poem, or if you bought a house, or for example, I do YouTube videos. So one time the poem that I got was actually in a YouTube video format, which was really fun. I really appreciated that touch. And so yeah, traditions. Now another thing that we have in Mexico is like the Posadas, which are the parties, the get together that happen before Christmas. And you know, everywhere in the world there's a lot of Christmas parties, especially at work, you know, at the office or with your friends. And Posadas is no different. It's a Christmas party, but then you have specifically the Mexican dishes, and you have like the time where everyone grabs a candle and the lights go off, and then supposedly you are like the peregrines asking for posada, because posada means in Spanish that you allow someone to sleep over in your house, you know, to come over, and like your house is their refuge as well. So since they're peregrines, I'm starting to sing, yeah, then they're singing supposedly. So the group divides. One part of the group is the people who are singing, asking for posada, and then the other group is the people who are going to give the posada to the people singing. So that's a characteristic part of the posadas. So yeah, I really like that tradition as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much about Christmas differences. A short video, but I was just thinking about Christmas and thought, hey, why not? So that was all. Thank you so much for watching. And as I always say, I wish you the best of luck today, tomorrow, and every day. And Merry Christmas. Bye.